Hey everybody, clearing. Today's going to be the weekend reading, and I'm going to dive into what the divine masculine and feminine are feeling regarding the journey at this time, emotionally, mentally, and physically. What's happening in everyone's lives. So the first kind of way we're going to go into it is ask the divine to show us what the main lesson, main understanding is that the divine feminine and divine masculine are experiencing the opportunity to integrate right now. So let's start with the divine masculine. So thank you, divine creator. What is it we can see regarding the divine masculine collective and the energy, the evolution, the energetic understanding? Temple of the Moon Goddess. I'll go into it in a second. I'm feeling to draw another card for clarification. What is it we can see for the divine masculine collective? Oh, hopefully you saw that pop. Be peace. Okay, so emotional transparency, nurturance and grace, and be peace. So the masculines are learning that embracing the divine feminine within, the divine feminine in union within and without, like coming into twin flame union, aligning with their divine feminine. Masculines, you're being shown how your divine feminine, Temple of the Moon Goddess is divine feminine energy, how coming towards your divine feminine and the times when you have been in connection more predominantly with your divine feminine have been times of peace in your life. So the divine is saying to the masculines that even though there has been triggering and growth, that whenever the divine masculines embrace the divine feminine, that they come into more of a peace. This is a beautiful message because it does require emotional transparency regarding what's actually going on within in the emotional body, and allowing nurturance and grace to flow. So allowing the nurturance of the divine feminine attribute within and with the divine feminine allows for this peace. I can't help but think of the way that the masculines sometimes don't have the capacity, or tell themselves they don't have the capacity to juggle the connection with the divine feminine. And while that may very well be true, this message from the divine is here to impress upon the divine masculines that when that resistance is dropped, true peace comes in. It's a temporary or attempt for control when the feminine is not included, and that it's not authentically drama-free. But when the feminine is primary, it is actual peace. So this is what's being shown to the divine masculines right now. So I'm being drawn to these cards, and I'd like to go further into this and see how is this lesson, this opportunity for integration playing out in the divine masculine's worlds right now on the emotional level. What does this nudge towards emotional transparency, nurturance and grace, and divine feminine look like on the emotional body of the masculine? What can we see for the divine masculines emotionally regarding this opportunity that the divine is offering for true peace? The Tower and confusion. This is really interesting. The Seven of Cups often represents a lot of options. It can actually masquerade as abundance in certain developmental energies. It can look like We've magnetized unlimited potentials towards us. So in this case, it's all the different opportunities that would compete for attention or space in the divine masculine's world with the divine feminine, things, options that the masculine might be giving their time and energy to. Also the timelines, the opportunities that the masculines are bringing towards them, and not knowing which ones to choose is the feeling I'm getting. There's this massive tower moment that only one path forward aligns with the divine feminine. And there's this revelation, this out of nowhere feeling of that particular path being the one path, the one cup in the midst of all the various options that automatically includes the divine feminine. So some choice that the masculines are making right now, some timeline through the clouds, through the clouded vision right now, has illuminated as not only the best one for them, but the one that's most likely to bring the divine feminine straight into focus in their life. And this is an emotional tower moment. It could very well be, with the cards that have come out from the divine, that the masculines have seen that all of these other I'm laughing because I'm hearing the road to hell is paved by good intentions. All of these other well-meaning intentions, all of these other possibilities have not produced the fruit of peace. And there's this very strange revelation for the masculines emotionally that that one cup that is synonymous with the divine feminine is the one that ultimately offers true peace. Fascinating. Okay, so what do the divine masculines consciously understand regarding Temple of the Moon Goddess, emotional transparency, and including peace into their life? Go one more time through. We do have one card face down, but what was it? So consciously, wow, this is causing them to really look at the truth. In the reverse, this is where they've lied to themselves. This is a rude awakening, everybody, with the tower on the conscious mind. And look at the two opposing lightning strikes here and here. These are two conflicting pieces of information, two schools of thought, two paradigms, the crux of what has been at odds, the feminine or this other predominating belief that has been the opposing factor. Masculines are suddenly consciously aware that they've been lying to themselves. They got it backwards. What they thought would bring peace was not bringing peace. The solution they thought they had, pardon me, is actually the thing that is creating a lack of harmony and peace in their lives. And somehow they've realized that their own emotional transparency, where they've been deluding themselves and others, is the reason they don't have ultimate peace. This is a chain reaction thought, because it truly feels like when they realize that they have been deluding themselves about what would give them peace, they suddenly realize their truth regarding the divine feminine and how they have prevented peace in your connection, divine feminines. Wow, so how is this playing out in the masculine's worlds? Justice. And letting go of expectations, doing the inner work. So the masculines suddenly have the answer. They suddenly know what the balanced choice would be. They suddenly understand there's equal proportions of having done enough work within to come to this, and enough work to let go of this Son of Pentacles energy. This is a very stubborn, focused, always gets to its target energy. It's slow moving, it's sure-footed, but it's very stubborn in many ways. In the reverse, they're putting down that stubborn energy that they thought they had it all figured out. They're going back to the drawing board, and justice is coming in. So this is in the favor of your connection, Divine Feminines. If you're watching this, this means that justice prevails in this situation with your masculine and you. Divine Masculines watching this, this means you are truly getting a handle on this. You're winning. Pardon me. And you're seeing where true peace lays. Let's get a message from the Divine Masculines and see how they would actually communicate this to you, Divine Feminine, if they were given the chance right now. Come on in, Divine Masculines, higher selves that want to share here. Aw. Let me hold you fell out on the tower and the emotional thing. It's like a sudden, oh my goodness, my Divine Feminine is where it's at. I want to hold you. The 7 is a card of pause. I'm going to get one more card here. I keep being drawn to these ones. Let's get an added message with let me hold you. Aw. Okay, I'm really getting... So now that I know that you have not been at odds with my inner peace, that when I admit to myself how much I love you, that it's the clear choice. What was I thinking? How was I able to hold this awareness of our connection back for so long? I see how we could work together now. I know you've always said that we could be a perfect team, that we could be a power couple, that we could take on the world together, that we would be unstoppable, but never did I see that as being possible because I didn't understand how I could include someone else in that. I didn't understand with all of the things that I felt I had to carry, all of the responsibilities, all of the breadwinning, all of that headstrong energy, that I had to go it alone and had to be the provider and the achiever and overcome all the things in my life through my own power. I didn't see how this connection could be included in that. I didn't see it until now. I see now that you bring peace. You don't bring all of the struggles that I thought our connection would bring. I see that I've been holding back that peace, that feeling of home in my heart. I've been holding that back, and it's been making everything hard because I felt like I've had to do it alone. I don't have to do it alone, and you're the one person who I know actually feels like the home I never had. And that's, I guess, what's been so weird about this is you've been so familiar. I didn't see it. I just kind of lost the Divine Masculines' higher selves. They just kind of floated off into the feeling of being mystified, that they didn't understand how familiar you were, Divine Feminine, and how you're already there. It's not like there would be added work to include you actually. That's the feeling I got with that. Okay, let's move on to the Divine Feminines now and see what is it, Divine Creator, that we can know about the Divine Feminines collective's lesson right now. What is the opportunity that the Divine Feminines are being gifted to come into the awareness of? What can we see? That one, seal of subtle luminosities, discernment, discipline, and order. Let's get another one for the Divine Feminines. Oh, we get 2. Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back, and Snake Spirit. Time to heal. Discipline, discernment, and order. So feminines, you're really understanding the inner nuance of energy. You are the High Priestess. You are so finely calibrated to the emotional layer, emotional navigation, your yes, your no, attachment, non-attachment, suffering, non-suffering. You're getting so good at understanding the frequencies. You can pick it up from a mile away. it is kind of a lonely place to be in, but Spirit has your back. You may be feeling right now that you are going it alone, Divine Feminines, that you don't have an earthly support. Not really. There could be that. Blessings to all of you who are started to connect with tribe. But it's time to heal. This is a very inward process. It's a high level of discipline, and you are bringing a foundational order to your life by really leveling to that 0 point where only the frequencies that are true are allowed back into your inner world. So feminines, I'm very much getting that baseline energy here. This looks like a speaker and I'm all about the bass. Okay, so beautiful. Feminines, you might be feeling like you are kind of going it alone just with Spirit right now. Really, that is a beautifully important time. So sink into the luxury of it. If you feel like things have allowed for you to feel alone, or like you don't really have somewhere outside of yourself to reach, Spirit has your back. This is the eagle of freedom, and so whatever you're experiencing now, it is your path to freedom. I'm also getting a message that this is 55, which means major changes, and the 11, that's the wake-up call and union. So you're right on the right track, Divine Feminines. But how is this playing out in the Divine Feminine's emotional realm? 3 of water, and it fell on the masculine's cards, the 3 of pentacles. So this is a card of friendship. It can be third-party situations and a third energy. It can be tenderly talking about any other energies that are pulling the Divine Masculine collective away at this time, other people. Usually cups represent other relationships, so friends, families, romantic partners, karmic partners. And so friendship is being included here. This is where unconditional love really does prove itself, is in the being able to be friendly with someone despite their preferences not aligning with our preferences for a time or indefinitely. But Divine Feminines are very much reclaiming their right to feel harmony on the heart space in the emotional realms, and that is systematically taking our lives down to this essential level, the simplified level, the energetic level of yes and no, love versus fear, and trusting the process, trusting the healing, trusting Spirit, trusting the divine. This is a profound safety if you'll embrace that, feminines. It's a bittersweet because this is the unconditional love that also recognizes that your masculine and many friends and many support systems are not potentially there right now. But just open your eyes in this energy a moment and see how capable you are. There's a mantra that keeps coming to me lately, and it is, this is what mastery looks like unfolding. So feminines, you are the one that can bring this discipline and order to the chaos that has been this journey at times, and keep that baseline of friendship here. As tender as it may be for some, that's what this emotional awareness is offering. How is this playing out on the conscious mind of the feminines? I'm told to go through this deck one more time. Yeah, there's another card. Transformation. So we're getting 5 of air, the lovers, and the death card, transformation. So there is a higher love. This is the transformation, another 5. The 5 of swords can be a shallow victory, but it can also be a putting yourself first and rising up in self-love and dancing to the beat of your own drum. This is a high level of balance in this card, and look at those doves of peace. You've got the doves of peace in spades, and your masculine is starting to pick up on this. So consciously, the thoughts you're telling yourself are the true victorious thoughts. You're no longer confused about energy, divine feminines, and this is where you are walking that balance rope, the tightrope. You've got your inner peace there, and it's permeating out through your reality. You are being transformed. You're coming through that portal. You are connected with the higher love. You are persevering. This is not an easy journey. And you're doing it. So divine masculines watching this, it isn't any wonder that you're starting to feel that your feminine is peace itself, because this is no easy feat for the feminines to overcome the karmic tendencies, mastering the tongue. This is about communication and thoughts and free will. The feminines are transforming into the embodiment of higher love. And in the physical world, for the feminines, how is this coming out? This deep, deep level of healing. In the physical realm, 7 of air, strategies, birds of a feather. Feminines, you are taking a step back from certain people, places, and things that did not align with your true nature, your true understanding of frequency. You are being very discerning. You're very systematic in what you are worth now and what you're allowing back in. Your standards are pristine, I'm hearing. I'm just wanting to hold these up. This is clear blue coloring here. This is a crisp understanding, feminines, of what is permissible, what is allowed in your energy bubble, the thoughts that you are allowing yourself to think and the energies you're allowing yourself to be around. So this is playing out in a real world way where you are going into deep, deep healing, and you might not be engaging in a lot of varied activities and energies and quantity. This is very quality over quantity type energy here. You are truly refining feminines. Okay, let's see what the feminines would say to the divine masculines from this energy. Trying to remember which card we got for the second card. So we'll get one. This is cheeky. I think we should see other people in the reverse, and I'm a very jealous person. Oh wow, so the higher selves of the divine feminines might have a thing or two to say about all this third party stuff, being that the 3 of Cups came out on the emotional level, and the readings lately have really been a telepathic, at very least, conversation about other energies. Wow, ego, strength. Intimacy is such a delicate scenario. What I know is I'm not a very jealous person, and it's not about other people or not. It's about true connection. It's about putting down the ego. When ego is at play, there is an imbalance of energy. The dynamics of multiple people is to learn comparing and contrasting energy. It's not about jealousy. It's about finding that home base energy. It's about finding a true match. I don't think we should see other people. I don't think we should hedge other people out. It's really difficult to talk about what jealousy is, because jealousy is only ever there when there's mistreatment, secrecy, betrayal, lack of communication, lack of clarity, but lack of connection. Jealousy is a difficult energy. And Divine Masculine, if you've ever experienced jealousy, it's only ever there when true connection isn't there, when it's not reciprocal, when it's not matched. There's nothing about me that wants to have a connection that would be possessive or jealous or imbalanced. I don't want to control you. I don't want to connect with you. I don't want a one-on-one connection where any of that energy is there, where any possessive energy is there. Just because I can see through the illusions and know that you're the one for me does not mean I want to control you or own you. It means I see the potential. Because I listen to the divine, I see what the divine has shown me about you. And there's nothing in me that wants to have a connection with you that's based in ego or imbalance. I would only want that with you if there was peace between us. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.